Okay, good evening and welcome to the Simming GPVWC Supercup 2012 Turkish Grand Prix. The practice session is just about finished. Alex Cooper tops it on a 1:30.9. Roy Scroton in second position on a 1:31.2. OJ Clark is currently third place, 31.3. Andres Pestos fourth position, James Shepherd fifth, Philip Cullen sixth, Marek Skronowski seventh, Jack Nichols eighth, Terence Crash ninth, and Wesley Morris rounding out the top 10 so far. Qualifying session will be beginning in the next few minutes. Everyone's back in the pit lane now. Another big field tonight. We currently have 28 drivers taking part, so it's going to be a jam-packed qualifying session once again. It'll be difficult to try and keep up with everyone. Roy Scroton up in second position, doing an excellent job once again. Very close to the leading pace. Obviously we're yet to see the ultimate pace, I'm sure. Notes on tonight's race, courtesy of OJ Clark, who is currently up there in third position, so thank you to OJ for this information. David Fiddick has temporarily left No Fear Racing due to personal issues. Obviously we're all hoping that everything's okay and he will return later in the season. OJ Clark will be filling in for him. He basically said he doesn't expect too much tonight, but as you can see he's up in third position, so he's doing a grand job at the moment. And Nick Newcomb will probably be driving the other No Fear Racing car. I'm just looking to see if that's the case. Indeed it is. Nick Newcomb down in P24 in that session. The two No Fear Racings are both making a showing tonight. Another man, James Shepherd, fourth position. You may remember last week in the Formula Challenge he did the commentary alongside me. And he's racing, and I currently believe it'd be about 4:30 in the morning in his time, because obviously he's Australian. He's currently fourth in this session. He's doing a double this week. He's doing the Supercup and the Super League tomorrow. And you remember the Korean Grand Prix, he finished in third position, just in front of me to take the final podium position. As the cars now head out on circuit, the green light is go. 19 minutes to go in this session. Alex Cooper, the fastest man in the practice session, the only man to dip below the 131s and get into the 130s. I have driven this track myself this week quite extensively with Jeff Mead. I've been doing quite a bit of testing with him, try to help him out as much as possible, offer any advice, but not having driven this mod much, it was more of a learning session for myself. I did get into the low 131s on a decent setup, thanks to Jeff. And he's looking pretty competitive tonight. He was up in the top 12 there in the practice session. And so was Wesley Morris up in the top 10, which is Wes we're used to seeing further down the field, so hopefully tonight he can get himself up and into the top 10. That'd be great for both of them to get near the top 10. The track's very difficult, but I must admit it's a lot easier in these cars. They have a lot of grip, and you can see Alex going through the infamous turn 8 there. Car's a lot easier to get through there than some other cars I've driven in the past, that's for sure. A bit of information on the circuit. The turn 8 we've just been through, actually named or nicknamed Diabolica, and you may remember the famous Parabolica at Monza. It's basically been dubbed, I think it's more of a fun term rather than a practical term as such. But it is certainly a diabolical corner to get right, that's for sure, so the nickname suits it quite well. We'll go on board with Alex Cooper now, as he comes into turn 1. I'm not quite sure what gear he's using now, it's probably second gear. As we head now up the hill. This is now in turn 3, fast left-hander. You've got to keep it nice on the inside though to set you up as, just keep you in the middle of the next right-hander. Again, tight second gear, then you've got to set yourself up for the next left-hander after this. Keep it nice and tight and tidy on the Frost area. Bit of traffic on the left-hand side there, moves out the way nicely for us, thankfully. As we now head down in turn 7, hard braking, keep it nicely to the right. Don't get on the throttle too early, let it drift out too wide, otherwise you get onto that nasty curb. Now the infamous turn 8, Diabolica, which we'll call it throughout this race, it's quite a good name that. Flat out through here, 6th gear. Looks like he's in 6th anyway, making sure that, as you can see, not using too much curb. These cars do not like curb, that's one thing I found out this week testing. Down 9 to turn 9, hard braking, keep it to the left, straighten it up as quick as possible, use the curb on the exit, if possible. There's a little bit of tarmac there you can get away with running. Just help straighten the car up, get this long straight as possible. Obviously not much wheel movement through there. And now a very heavy braking zone from 200 mile an hour, only about 190 in these I would have thought. Depends on what wing you're running. Into 2nd gear or 1st gear depending on driver style. Again, keeping it in the same gear. Short flick up to 2nd or 3rd, maybe through there, and using all the curb on the exit. Exiting the final corner. And Alex Cooper sets the time of 31.5, which I'm sure won't stand as the pole position, as he's been faster than that himself. Practice session, obviously the first lap out. A lot of drivers making the just come alive now. Still 28 drivers in this, so a jam-packed session expected. Casar goes 2nd and avoids some front wing damage there from another car. Not quite sure who that was. Bestoff's is up in 3rd position on the 32.5, but still yet to see the fastest times coming in. Casar had traffic on his first run by the looks of it. He's tucked up behind the Multiforce at the moment. While the session warms up, we may as well take a look at the championship standings. Scrap that actually, because standings haven't been updated just yet, so I'm not quite sure. I think they're pretty similar to what they are on the list anyway, so I can't see it changing too much, but we'll run them shortly when I find out the exact numbers. Apologies for the slight graphical errors, not quite sure why that's happening, but I did notice it in the practice session, quite a few cars having a few graphical errors. Hopefully that won't ruin the broadcast too much. Try to sort it out. If it gets too bad, well, we'll take a break and try and sort it for you, as Cooper improves to a 31.3, not too far off his practice lap time. So Cooper looking competitive here, yet to see anyone challenge him. Competitors are quite far off at the moment. Cullen has gone to P2. Again, another car that's having some issues, so hopefully he won't be too far up front, and another car in the background. That looks like one of the Woods racing cars. So we've got a whole host of cars tonight looking rather out of shape, and this is not good, let's say. In fact, it's not good enough, so I will be back shortly. I'm just going to rejoin the game, and we'll see if that makes it any better. So we'll be back any second. And we are back live. Seems to have sorted the issues anyway, so hopefully from now on we'll have no graphical issues. Not quite sure what causes that. It seems to be when the cars or drivers leave the session and come back, we end up with lots of graphical glitches. But anyway, currently we have Alex Cooper fastest on a 1:31.1. He improved again last time out on his last run. Roy Scruton second still on a 31.6, doing a great job. Mark Skranoski up in P3 for Malta Force. Colin fourth, Peter Kassar, and Clark jumps up to second now, so scrap that. So Peter Kassar down in sixth. Wesley Morris doing a great job up in seventh place. Great to see him up that high. I know he's been pretty competitive this week. But that's really great news if he can get up inside the top 10 like that, as Cooper improves once again slightly. Boyd Bryson just improves P8, Martin O'Connor's 9th, Andreas Pestov's is 10th, Jack Nicholls up in 11th position, Habib Bass 12th, Morten Vernessen 13th, Terence Gresh 14th, Adam Rouse 15th. That's down on what he usually is. Obviously, remember last time out I think he had a great result. Still trying to find out if there's any penalties for this race and so on. Haven't seen any just yet. The only penalties that were applied was for Simon Crane, I believe, and he got a 5-place grid penalty due to escaping in the qualifying session. He is with us tonight, so he's currently down in 25th position, so that grid penalty won't affect him too much if he doesn't move up, so too harsh a penalty there. Skranoski's improved his second position. We'll try and get some other cars on scene now. Now the graphics seems to be fixed. So Mark Skranoski, there you go, in the Motor Force, just heading around the infamous turn 8, or Diabolica as we've dubbed it. Only 1/10, pretty much 2/10 off pole position currently. We'll see what this second sector does for him as he heads down into the hard braking of turn 9. Hard enough power through turn 10, trying to avoid the curves, but rode it okay there actually. Heading through the second sector now. He's well off on this one, so I presume he'll be pitting on this lap. Yep. Apologies for that interruption. Roy Scruton in third position, OJ Clark in fourth. We'll go on board with OJ Clark now as he heads through the sector 1. Have a few shout outs to read on Facebook. Scott Woobis has got in touch with us, and he's basically said, well, good to see Jack Nicholls back on track again after taking a break from real commentating duties. Obviously Jack Nicholls currently down in 12th position. Obviously a real life commentator, does all the top events, and a lot better than I am. But he's back with us tonight in 12th position. Best of luck to my old team. This is Scott Woobis, his old team, No Fear Racing. Obviously they had a solid practice session with OJ Clark up in third position. He's currently fourth in this session, so doing a good job once again. And he's basically wished me good luck as well in the combox, so thank you to Scott Woobis for that. If anyone else wants to get in touch, then please feel free. My dad's once again got in touch and compared me to Martin Brundle, which is a feat in itself. So if anyone else would like to get in touch and get your messages in, please feel free. Get them read out live on air. We have 8 minutes left of this qualifying session, just waiting for it to really hot up. The last few minutes of the usual madness. Still no one yet dipped into the 30s as Alex Cooper did in the practice session. Wesley Morris still up in 8th position on a 32.3, so doing a great job. He's improved once again on his last run. In fact, he's on a very long stint here, Wes, so he's decided to stick the fuel in and go for it on this session. That seems to be paying off so far. James Shepherd yet to set a lap time. Not quite sure if he's sitting out this qualifying session tactically or if he's got some sort of penalty, but he's yet to set a lap time. We'll run down the order for you in a few moments. It's a 38 lap race tonight. Quite a high tyre wear circuit due to turn 8. Turn 8 puts a lot of stress on the tyres. So I'm not quite sure of the strategy tonight. Obviously we've seen recently a lot of the drivers going towards the harder tyre and 0 stop or 1 stop at the most. Tonight could see a few different strategies out there as we watch Skronowski in second position doing a superb job. We'll quickly run down the order as we approach the final few minutes of the session. 6.5 minutes to go now. Alex Cooper leads the way on a 1:31.1, still yet to get anywhere near his practice time. Marek Skronowski, as we're watching on screen, runs very wide and takes off over the curbs there. So Marek pushing just slightly too hard. Alex Cooper's just behind him on track actually. Looks like he's on a quick one as he heads through the Sector 2B now. He's slightly off his current pole time, so time to be found yet. Roy Scroton's in third position doing a superb job once again. OJ Clark fourth. Petr Kassar surprising fifth actually. Maybe he's gone with a harder compound and he's looking more towards the race, which is something we've seen in the recent races. And to be fair to him, he's got nothing to worry about in the championship. I think he's got this pretty much sewn up now, unless Alex can do anything about it. And Alex is doing all he can at the moment, taking the pole position, and he's got to try and win this race. Adam Rouse, 6th position, that's a big improvement from the practice session. We saw him down in 15th position. Philip Cullen, 7th position. Wesley Morris up in 8th position, doing a great job. We'll switch to Wes and have a quick look at him, see how he's getting on for the Synergetic Motorsports team. I think he's making his debut tomorrow in the Super League Series as well. Martin O'Connor, 9th position. Andres Pestov's 10th position. O'Connor doing a great job as well. He's really improved these last few races. I've been really impressed with Martin. When the season started, he was down in, say, the bottom reaches of the grid, and currently he's well up. Boyd Bryson's 11th position, just outside the top 10. Terence Crash in 12th position. Another man who's slightly disappointing in the grid position wise. He's been a lot higher up than that recently. Jack Nichols in 13th. I Have a Bass 14th. Orton Vernerson 15th. Jeff Mead down in 16th position currently. As Wesley Morris improves again to a 32.0, which solidifies his 8th position. So Wes having a great day as he decides to call it quits for that one. Martin Bulge in 17th position. Although he's just moved up to 15th actually, as we just said that, which puts Wopke Hoekstra into 18th position. Chris Allen 19th. Josh Barton, a new face in GPVWC I believe, racing for Tiger Express in 20th position. Timo Troika 21st. Miles Dixon 22nd. Simon Kramer, that 5-place grid penalty, will effectively start last as he's currently 23rd. Mark Wicks, a Cooper comes across the line and improves to a 31.0, just caught the end of that lap there. Mark Wicks 24th, Tommy Cleveland 25, Nick Newcomb 26th, and James Shepherd still yet to set lap time, but he's been on track twice, so not quite sure what's going on there. Quite a close field actually. There are 26 cars separated by 3.6 seconds, so it's quite a tightly packed field at the moment. Trying to find some drivers who are getting towards the end of the laps. Petr Kassar's coming around the final few corners now. He's on an out lap though, I'm not quite sure on this one, soon find out. No time appeared on his screen, so it looks like he is on an out lap. Checking down the order to find any more drivers who are coming towards the end of a lap. OJ Clark is coming towards the end of his lap. And he's only 2/10 off at Sector 2. This is a bit of an improvement for OJ Clark as he comes around the final few corners. Nice and tidy there on the exit, good early on the power. Will this bring it up the grid? Doesn't unfortunately, but it improves in time, so now he only needs one more tenth and he'll move up to second position, so good lap there from OJ. Roy Scroton comes across the line, doesn't improve on that lap. Marek Skronowski is also heading into the final sector now, just behind Alex Cooper actually, so we'll watch Alex Cooper first because he's coming now and he's a 10th and a half up on his current pole time. Can he get the braking right? He runs slightly deep in there but cuts it off nicely there to get a better apex. Skronowski's just in the background as well, he's also on a flying lap. So he could be challenging for this pole position as well. Alex Cooper comes out the final corner, gets the power down nice and early. This will take him into the 30s for sure. No, he doesn't. 31.0. He loses a bit in the final sector. Skronowski's now coming out of the final corner too. Can he improve his lap time? He doesn't improve overall, unfortunately, but stays in second position. Just looking for some more drive now coming through the final sector. Not many people on hot laps in the top 10 actually. The next person along is probably going to be Pekasar again. He comes down, heavy braking now into the turn. That'd be turn 11 left under there. Keeping it nice, tight and tidy as usual. On the power nice and early. Can this bring Kasar further up the grid? Well, he improves in time, I believe. Yeah, he does. He improves in time, but not a position. Only 5th still. Adam Rouse comes across the line. Doesn't improve on that lap. OJ Clark come around the final corner once again. We saw him improve last time round. Can he improve further this time? Get himself close to that pole position time? Oh, he does. He jumps up to 3rd position. So a great lap from OJ Clark there. Really good lap there from OJ. Bumps Roy Scroton down to 4th position. He's just about to come across the line now. Not sure if he's going to improve on this lap. And no, he didn't, unfortunately. That's OJ Clark's session done, so he's giving all now. Alex Cooper looks like he's finished for the session as well, although he's coming around the final sector now, not quite sure. Oh, he's up again actually, this could take him into the 30s. Skronowski's just behind him as well on a hot lap. So Cooper gets a bit wiggly out the final corner there, difficult to put the power down on the old tyres, but this may take it, and he does, 30.9, that's faster than he went in the practice session, slightly, so good lap there from Alex Cooper, solidifies his pole position. Skronowski comes around the final corner now, improves in time I believe, yes he does, 31.2, which solidifies his 2nd position. Alex Cooper's gone back to the garage now, so that's him done. Has Skronowski got enough fuel for one more lap? And more crucially, has he got the tyres for one more lap? Adam Rouse in 6th position, way off on that lap, so I don't think he's going to improve there. Philip Cullen just behind him in 7th position, also quite a way off on that lap. Wesley Morris is giving it all, he's in the pits now in 8th position. That's a great qualifying from Wes. I really hope he can have a good race, just keep it together and show us what he can do, because he's a quick driver, just makes a few too many mistakes unfortunately. Peter Kassar rounding the final few corners now, but he's on a outlap by the looks of it, just setting himself up for one last effort. Roy Scroton in 4th position, way off at sector 2 unfortunately, so maybe building up for one last run as they've got 20 seconds to get to the line. The top 3 are all in the pits, so it's anyone behind now who can improve. A lot of the field actually back in the pits as well, so not much improvement throughout the field to be seen. Obviously we'll take down the full grid positions any moment. But it's Roy Scroton who's still on the lap, Peter Kassar as well, Adam Rouse, Philip Cullen's on the lap as well, so we'll go to Cullen because he's the man who's furthest up in the top 10 currently. Although Pestov's just coming around the final sector now. He's currently in 9th position. 1.1 seconds off the pole. Can he improve on this lap? Currently 1.4 off, so it's very unlikely. It looks like he's pitting this lap as well actually, so we'll go back to Phil Cullen. He was run very wide on the exit there of turn 10. Coming down to the sector 2 beam now, and he's 1.5 off as well. He's got Rouse behind him actually, who's going really quickly at the moment compared to Cullen, but he's still some way off, 1.5 off, so I don't think we're going to see any improvement from these guys. The only man who looks like he could improve is Peter Kassar, who's currently 5th position. He's now coming down into the final few corners as he brakes hard now for the left-hander, hooking the inside, locks the inside slightly there, but still hits the apex nicely. And he pits, so that's definitely no chance of improvement there. Roy Scroton, will he be able to improve? Someone's just jumped up actually. Adam Rouse did improve on that lap, he did a 1:31.6, so the slipstream really helped him in that final sector. He didn't improve position, but improved on lap time. As Scroton now comes through the final sector, he is going to stick to the racing line and not pit. 1:29, 1:30, will he improve on this run? Doesn't improve unfortunately, misses out by 4 tenths in his previous best. Boyd Bryson just improved a moment ago, but it wasn't enough to get him inside the top 10, he stays 11th position. It looks like we've got a grid set pretty much. I can't see anyone else out there who can make a difference now. The session is now finished. I think Scroton was the last man to come across the line. So we'll run down the grid for you while we can still see the lap time. It's Alex Cooper who takes the pole position. I think that's his 3rd in a row actually, if I'm correct. On a 1:30.909, 3 tenths, pretty much 4 tenths ahead of Marek Skronowski, who's done a great job in 2nd position. But once again, Marek qualifying well. Hopefully in the race this time he won't make any mistakes and he can challenge for a podium, let's say. OJ Clark 3rd, Roy Scroton up in 4th position, great job. Peter Kassar down in 5th position. He's got to be playing a different strategy role for sure, there's no way he's that slow, so I expect Kassar to come through in the race. Adam Rouse P6, once again impressive. Philip Cullen 7th position, Halicon Racing. Wesley Morris doing a great job for Synergetic, up in 8th position. That's his strongest. That's the strongest qualifying session I've seen from Wes. That's the strongest driving I've seen from Wes as well. 32.0, second off pole position. Great job, Wes. Andrzej Pestov's 9th position. Martin O'Connor 10th. Wade Bryson is up in 11th position. Prince Gresh 12th. Jack Nichols returning 13th. I have a Bass 14th. Martin Bullion 15th. Morton Venison 16th. Whoopke Hoekstra 17th. Jeff Mead is up in 18th position. Mark Wicks 19th, Timo Baker 20th, Chris Allen 21st, Josh Barton 22nd, Miles Dixon 23rd, Simon Crane, who takes a grid job, 24th, Tommy Coyven 25th, Nick Newcomb 26th, and James Shepherd, who didn't set a lap time, is 27th. So 27 cars. Once again, a huge field. GPVWC Supercup, great to see. We have had a message in, I believe, from E-Story, who's put eyebrows for the win. Eyebrows is Marek Gronowski, who has exceptionally large eyebrows, even larger than mine and Nigel Mansell's. So we know Keith's rooting for tonight, so thank you for getting in touch there, Keith, providing us with that entertainment. The warm-up session gets underway. Now we usually see the warm-up session is for practicing starts and so on and so forth. Very little meaning to the lap times as such. I'm sure we can take something from it anyway. I thought we'd have a Schumacher racing tonight, Martin Schumacher. I'm not quite sure if he's turning up again. I know he was standing at one point, but I expected to see him on the grid. He did do some lap times in the testing sessions beforehand. Wes is currently out on track, so we'll follow him in the Synergetic Motorsports car. Getting reacquainted with his car in the race specification. And thankfully we haven't seen any more weird textures, so hopefully that'll continue. Obviously, in the warm-up, we'll just quickly do a readout for our sponsors. Obviously, this broadcast is brought to you by SimRace.tv. We make sim racing, and the title sponsor of the GPVWC Super League and the Super Cup series is SimInc, and they are making simulation reality, but all linked up. And we've got a big thank you for our two sponsors for this league. And obviously SimSync as well. We forget to mention SimSync, the tool we use to get this league running. Yeah, SimSync is a great tool which really assists us in making the league run efficiently. So a big thank you to SimSync as well. We often forget that they are a major part of the sim racing community nowadays as well. Obviously all free as well, so really benefits us. You're still currently watching Wesley Morris, who's hasn't yet set a time in this warm-up session. And not only am I doing the broadcast and commentary tonight, it looks like I'm also doing the race director's work as well. I think I've been voted in unanimously to keep an eye on the start, and if it gets a bit silly then to call a restart. So tonight we get full control if you want to see a restart, so if your favourite driver has been taken out, then feel free to message in and we'll get a restart called. So obviously I'm only joking, but the rule is 5 or more drivers out and we have to have a restart basically, so we will see what happens. Quite a few lap times coming in at the moment. Terence Gresh currently fastest, as we just saw Wes spinning the final hairpin. Terence Gresh fastest for Motorforce. Obviously we're used to seeing him a bit higher, possibly he's gone harder tyres as well. There were quite a big discussion last night actually between some of us on which tyre compound will be best around this circuit. It seems the soft tyre is good in qualifying, but the hard tyre is the better race tyre. Due to the... It's not actually degradation though, it's not actual tyre wear as such, it's the thermal wear. And if you remember at the weekend, the Valencia F1 race, it was the same there. It wasn't actually the tyre wear, it's the thermal degradation, the car actually sliding, creating the temperature across the surface of the tyre. And that's what causes the tyre to slide and wear quicker. The tyre could last 50 laps, but because of the temperatures it's going through, it makes it impossible to keep it in a straight line, so therefore you slide more and you wear the tyre quicker. And that's the big problem with this circuit. You remember turn 8 we go through. When we head through turn 8, you'll be seen any second actually, because there's a few drivers approaching it. Terence Gresh is one of them. We'll go on board with Terence Gresh and you can really get a feel for what we're talking about. As he heads down into turn 7, hard braking for the right-hander. We've already done an onboard lap in the qualifying session. And now we go uphill into the long left-hander. It's a quadruple apex left-hander this, you have to hit them perfectly. There you can see, long left-hander, and it puts an enormous strain on the outside tyre. The right-hand side really takes a battering through that corner. And you imagine 38 laps of that, it's going to do a lot of damage. So it's the actual temperature of the tyre that really creates the problems around this circuit, not the actual wear, surprisingly. Obviously getting the correct tyre pressures, canvas, caster, towing usage, all crucial to making the setup work. Alex Cooper's now gone to the top on a 33.0. Yeah, Martin Schumacher was supposed to be driving tonight apparently alongside Alex Cooper in CSG. But he hasn't turned up, so that's quite surprising from Martin. I expect him to be here. He's done all the practice by the looks of it. Thank you to Dave Carr-Smith as well for getting in touch there. And I just found out as well we have a few more penalties. Chris Allen has also got a +5 grid penalty along with James Shepherd. That possibly explains why James Shepherd didn't bother qualifying. That explains why apparently these penalties are from previous races as well. My dad has just messaged in as well that the football will probably be on tonight as well, which maybe Martin Schumacher's decided not to take part in racing and rather watch the football. Someone stopped there in the middle of the circuit actually. People testing starts out right on the racing line, so not quite sure what they're doing there. Not quite sure who that was either actually. Only 2.5 minutes to go now in this session. James Shepherd goes fast, actually showing that he has got some pace in this car. He goes fastest on a 32.3. Obviously it would have been interesting to see what he could do in the practice session. I think he was 4th fastest in the actual practice itself. Marek comes down to the final few corners now. We'll quickly have a look on board with him. See how his car's handling on these race fuel, race tyres and race spec specification. Currently 3rd fastest in this session on a 32.9. The lap times in the race look a lot slower than they do compared to other circuits. Obviously, as Marek has to take a void in action there, one of the I don't know if it was a green stripe racing car, I'm not quite sure there who that was. Should find out for you. It was OJ Clark actually. Take avoiding actually off the track there. Unique line there from Marek, not seen that one before, but it worked for him anyway, he's got through safely. But yes, the difference between the qualifying lap and the race fuel lap is quite a lot around here by the looks of it, and again it's because of the basically the tyres just cannot take it. They really cannot take it. Like for this turn 8, I don't know if it will be full throttle on race fuel or not. I didn't test the race fuel sim with this mod. It looks pretty hairy there on board with Marek. Holds a nice line though, catches the curb on the inside nicely there, so too many issues there. And 19 seconds to go in this warm-up session. Alex Cooper fastest from James Shepard, Marek Skanowski, Andrzej Pestovs, Terence Gresh, Morten Vernesen, Peter Kassar, Miles Dixon, Josh Barton, Wesley Morris fill out your top 10. Time's not really representable obviously as to what's going to happen during the race. Marek just improves there to a 32.6. And we are actually in the race session now, so the race will be about to begin. The qualifying times are running down the field on the bottom of the screen, so you can see for yourself where your favourite driver is. We have some very strange texture issues going on at the moment. Hopefully that will solve it. That looks terrible. Right, it seems to have sorted itself out. Hopefully that won't... No, it looks like a start line issue unfortunately, so we're going to have to see what happens here. That didn't look nice at all. As Alex Cooper leads us around the formation lap. We'll run down the grid for you once again, just in case you didn't quite catch where your driver is. Alex Cooper's on pole position from Marek Skanowski second. OJ Clark took third position from Roy Scroton in fourth. Peter Kassar fifth position. Adam Rouse was in sixth. Philip Cullen seventh. Wesley Morris superb job in eighth. Andrzej Pestovs ninth. Martin O'Connor 10th. Boyd Bryson was 11th. Terence Gresh was 12th. Jack Nichols 13th. Martin Bulgin 14th. Morten Vernesen 15th. Wupke Hoekstra 16th. Jeff Mead was 17th, Mark Wicks. In fact, Jeff Mead is off the circuit. Not quite sure what's happened there. So that's one starting from the pit lane by the looks of it. So he hasn't actually retired as such. Mark Wicks was 18th position. Timo Teuken 19th. Josh Barton was 20th. Miles Dixon 21st. Tommy Coyverden 22nd. Nick Newcomb 23rd. Chris Allen 24th. Simon Crane 25th. James Shepard and Haya Habas rounding out the final few positions. Jeff Mead thanking someone there for an incident he's just had. Quite sure what happened there obviously, but fingers crossed this broadcast will work okay for this race start, because if it's going to be all purple like it was last time, I'm not quite sure we can do that. Alex just slowing the pace down now because he pulled quite a gap in the first few corners actually, but he's just slowing the pace down now, giving the chance to catch up. As I have a bass, he's only just coming around the fast turn on the back straight at the moment, so quite a gap to the back of the field. The car's come onto the start and finish line. Looks okay so far, hopefully we won't have any more issues. It was pretty nasty last time out. A few texture issues in the background there with one of the cars, and that looks absolutely disgraceful, so we will... I'm not sure if it's that car that's causing all the issues actually. There is a car in the background that's causing some issues at the moment. and that looks disgusting. So hopefully we'll do the start on board Alex, so we can get that car out of the way. Not quite sure who that is actually. He was having some issues, but the lights are on, and the 2012 Supercup Turkish Grand Prix is go. We're doing the start on board Alex Cooper just to try and get that disgusting mess of a car in the background out the way. We'll now switch to the TV camera view to see what's going on behind. Alex has made a superb start. Marek's also made a great start. Peter Kassar made the start he needs to get into third position just in the background. They're all quite a bunch together in the background as well. Having a look in the background, see if there's any accidents. Seems I'm supposed to be watching out for this. Seem all clean through turn 1 actually. No retirements so far as we go into turn 1. Getting very close to making some contact there in the midfield, but so far no one has had any issues. Mark Wick's starting from the pit lane for some reason. James Shepherd spun in the background. Timo Toika's in the pit lane as well for some reason. He didn't take the start, not quite sure why. As we come through the first 2 sectors, it's Alex Cooper leading from Roy Scroton up in second position. Marek Skronowski is in third, as you can see on the screen there, defending from Peter Kassar, Adam Rouse, Wesley Morris in 6th position. He had a great start, so Wes up to 6th. Philip Cullen 7th, Andres Pestov's 8th, Martin O'Connor 9th, OJ Clark's in 10th position. He's had a disastrous start, and he did just message me actually, as you see Rouse looking down the inside of Kassar. Kassar must be on a harder compound tyres because he's really struggling to get going at the moment. No retirement so far apart from Timo Toika's in the pits. Miles Dixon looks like he's going to retire because he's pulled off to the side of the circuit. But no retirements, all clean lap, not one front wing loss, so a very clean turn 1 there, the whole field, really good driving there. Alex Cooper's pulled out a substantial lead, he's now got a 2-second gap. As you look in the background, Adam Rouse coming down the inside there. In fact, that was Wesley Morris challenging. That was Wes challenging for that 5th position. Wes looking very quick. Wes just in the background there. We'll go on board and have a quick look at this battle as Wes gets poor driver to the final corner, unfortunately, and can't make anything of it. The 2 Synergetics right up there in 2nd and 6th position at the moment, so looking really good. Alex Cooper leads the first lap by 2 seconds, so he had a superb first lap. We saw him get a great start off the line as we were on board with him. Simon Crane and Whoopi Hoekstra in the pits. Jack Nicholls down to 21st, so he's had a poor start as well, so they're all off in turn 1 in the background. Lots of kerfuffle in the background. Marek Skronowski under pressure in 3rd position from Peter Kassar. Will look rearward from this, and you can see Peter Kassar on the left hand side there getting the better drive off the corner. Where is Peter Kassar? He's on our left hand side through this turn 8 now, so Skronowski once again struggling in the early laps. Now I'm tempted to suggest that Skronowski has gone with a lot more fuel. He does tend to run a lot longer than the others on fuel and try and max out his stints. As Wes gets very leery in the background, that's left him open to attack from Philip Cullen in 7th position, and you can see Phil getting very close as Pestov's closes up in the background as well. Phil Cullen alongside, but Wes has great straight line speed, obviously on a low downforce package. You can see we're in the slipstream and Wes was still pulling away there. And just behind us we've got Pestov's on, who's trying to get through on the inside. Will Phil make a move down into the hairpin? Pestov's looks like he's going to have a go. Pestov's down the inside, but it's Phil who makes the lunge. And Wes has to see position there. He's run slightly wide. This could let Pestov's through as well. As you can see in the background, Pestov's challenging for that 7th position. Alex Cooper leads the way once again for 1.9 seconds. Roy was the faster man on that lap, as you see, the fastest lap of the race, 32.4. Skronowski still under pressure from Peter Kassar in 3rd position, Kassar in 4th. Adam Rouse is 5th, Cullen 6th, Wesley Morris slipped down to 7th position. Great pass by Philip Cullen actually, very brave on the brakes, didn't lock the brakes at all, just got it nicely into the corner. No retirement so far, although Timo Toika is still in the pit lane, so he hasn't actually taken the start yet, but he's not actually officially out of this race yet, so not quite sure what's going on there. Pestov's is 8th position, Martin O'Connor 9th, Terence Gresh is 10th, OJ Clark is 11th, Boyd Bryson 12th, Martin Ferguson is 13th, Martin Bulgin 14th, Josh Barton 15th, Chris Allen 16th, James Shepherd, who started at the back, had the spin on lap 1, he's up to 17th, Ihor Abbas 18th. Jack Nicholls is down to 19th after a poor start, Tommy Cloven 20th, Nick Newcomb 21st, Mark Wicks 22nd, Miles Dixon 23rd, Whoopi Hoekstra, Simon Crane and Timo Toika. As James Shepherd spun again unfortunately, and he's lost his front wing. It looks like he's had contact there with a car, possibly Koivunen. But James Shepherd looks like he's going to have to pit again. He's definitely going to have to pit because he's got no front wing. Wesley Morris now coming under pressure from Pestov's And Pestovs do what Phil Cullen did the lap before. He does take the lunge. He lunges down the inside. Wes cedes position, but Pestovs can't get the move done. His teammates are right on the back of him. The two NRT Racings having a great start to this race. Up in 8th and 9th position. I believe they've both jumped up one position. Pestovs gets very close on the exit there. Scroton once again sets the fastest lap to close in by 3/10. And you saw in the distance there, Skronowski defending heavily once again as Pestovs goes on the inside, but we'll quickly switch to Skronowski and Kassar, because Kassar's got a run on Skronowski as they head up to turn 3. Can't do anything as Skronowski keeps the inside line. Kassar trying to nip it on the inside, and he does. He gets the position, but Skronowski squeezes him, and he can't quite make the move. That would have been a superb. So Kassar really wants to get on with this. Wes did defend that position from the two NRT Racing boys, but they're all over the back of him. There's contact in the background there. Who was that spun? That was Morten Vernessen, who was up to 10th position, down to 12th now. And actually there's Bryson off as well. Bryson, there's been a big kerfuffle behind. Bryson looks like he's spun as well, so possibly some contact there between Vernessen and Bryson. As you see, Wes and O'Connor spins it on the exit. Keeps it going in the background, you can see, but that's cost him 3 or 4 positions there. Rouse going off the track, which lets Cullen by for P5, P6 even. No, P5 I was correct, so Cullen takes 5th because Rouse run wide in the Diabolica, turn 8. Marek pulled away now from Peter Kassar, so Kassar looks like he's had a mistake on his lap. Was Cullen under pressure there from Rouse? You see Rouse trying to go around the outside. That's not going to happen, but he could set him up for the exit. No, he's not close enough. Particularly keep an eye on Wes, who's in 7th position still. Doing a great job actually. Cooper sends the fastest lap. Can Scroton respond? No, he can't, unfortunately. It's 3/10 on that lap almost, so Cooper retaliates to these successive fastest laps there from Roy Scroton. In this from Scroton quite often though. He can run up front for the first half of the race, and then when he pits, that's it, it drops back down. So let's see if he's any different today. And both Synergetics in top 7 actually, so it'd be interesting to see what sort of strategy they're on. Terence Gresh moves up to 10th position. He's right on the back of OJ Clark now, who had a really poor start actually. Jason Muscat helping me out there with the spotting, so thank you to Jason Muscat for getting involved there. And OJ Clark is battling line, but we're going to keep an eye on this battle. As you can see, that's a lapped car there in front of us. That is Tommy Koivunen who's being lapped, and he should move out the way. The most opportunistic place to catch someone here. This is going to be difficult for Wes, and Koivunen does the sensible thing, moves off the track, but that did compromise Wes somewhat, and that's let Pestovs by. Pestovs now got the inside line for the next corner. So Wes could retaliate here. If Wes is clever, he'll just set him up for the exit here, which he's done. Get the better drive off the corner now, and we should be right in the slipstream now. We know Wes has got superb straight line speed because we've seen it a few laps ago, so he should have no problem drafting past Pestovs at all. He's going to be past him before the corner exit, and there he goes. Pestovs got no defence of that, so clever defensive driving there from Wes. He knew he'd lost a position, but he just set it up for the exit. Pestovs retaliates on the outside. That's not going to happen. For this lap round, Cooper's a lot faster actually. Scroton did a good final sector, but couldn't match Cooper overall. Skronowski 3rd, 4th position, dropped off the back of Skronowski now, so the fuel now starting to burn off on Skronowski's car, and he's suddenly a second lap faster and actually matching the leaders. So Skronowski does have good pace as Pestovs looks down the inside and it's turn 1. Can't make it stick. Philip Cullen's 6th still from Adam Rouse. Wesley Morris up into 7th position still. With Andres Pestovs all over him, as you can see on screen. Terence Gresh and OJ Clark, there's a big battle for 9th position actually. We're going to switch to this. Martin O'Connor has got Terence Gresh and OJ Clark behind him, as OJ Clark was very wide there. That lets Terence Gresh through. OJ Clark back on the inside, that's going to be touching. Surely they do touch wheels, but get away with it. O'Connor really struggling now in that NRT racing car. He's lost a lot of time in these last few laps. Not got a quick race pace at the moment. While this is all going on, Roche has taken some time out with the leader this time by. As you can see, they're trying to go free wide through turn 8. That's definitely not going to work. O'Connor holds his position. He's fallen back now from his NRT racing teammate Andres Pestovs as Terence Gresh looking down the inside of OJ Clark. Not much point in passing to that corner sometimes unless you're significantly faster, as O'Connor gets sideways. That's twice he's done that this race. That lets Gresh and Clark through. That's win that battle. But there's not much point in passing that previous corner because and we do officially have our first retirement, which is Team Troika. This time by, Roy Scroton does indeed take quite a lot of that time out of Alex Cooper. Closes the gap to 1.8 seconds from the 2.3 it was. Janowski's still third from Kassar, who's in fourth. Cullen looking down, Cullen in fifth position, sorry, he's just lost out to Adam Rouse, who made a super move down the inside there and took that position back. So great job there from Adam Rouse. These two looking evenly matched, been battling the whole race. Wes under pressure once again from Pestovs, who's still stuck behind him. A lot of drivers really improving this season as Gresh goes up the inside, but that's not going to happen unfortunately for Terence. But a lot of drivers improving as the season goes on. Drivers that were battling down in 20th position. And that's a spinner there. That's got to be Pestovs. Yes, Pestovs has just spun on the outside of the track. We just caught that there. We're on board with Terence Gresh, and you could see a car stuck on the outside. And Pestovs, we just mentioned him now. He's improved this season. And he goes and spins. So we'll. Sorry about that, Andres. Wasn't intended, but that leaves Wes on his own now in 7th position. He's got no pressure from behind now, so can he start to close on the guys in front? And what strategy is he on, more importantly? Jack Nicholls doing a great job up to 13th position now. He's moving through the field pretty fast after that lap 1 disaster. Boy Bryson had a spinner on, he's right on the back of him. We're watching the battle for 9th position. 8th position, sorry, because Terence Gresh is just there. O'Connor's moved off the back of us as well, so this battle is now the closest battle in the top 10 by the looks of it. As Terence Gresh gets alongside, this is Red Bull 2010 once again, but Clark leaves him plenty of room, and Terence Gresh takes down the inside, but Clark trying to hang around the outside for the inside for this next left-hander, right-hander even. But this sets Terence up for the next left-hander after this, and that is Wes just in front of us actually. So Wes has made a mistake on this lap because that gap's come down a hell of a lot. He's lost 4 seconds there, Wes. So mistakes starting to creep in now. Terence goes to the inside to defend. Can OG Clark go around the outside of him? He's certainly trying to go wheel to wheel, bang wheels. Slightly naughty there, slightly naughty driving there, but he does take the position there, Clark, and moves up to 8th position. Gap for the lead was 2.9 seconds last time round. Cooper said a 1:31.8, which was significantly faster than anyone else in the field last time round. Adam Rouse and Phil Cullen still locked together for that 5th position. Looks like it's going to be a battle of strategy between them two because they just can't leave each other alone. Top 4 quite spread out. Alex Cooper in 1st position, Roy Scroton 2.9 seconds behind, Marek Skanowski 3rd, actually catching quite quickly now as well actually. He was a good chunk faster on the last lap, half second faster, Marek Skanowski, catching Roy Scroton for that 2nd position. Peter Kassar falling back in 3rd, or in 4th, sorry, or he did set his fastest lap the last time round. Cullen and Rouse are at it again. Rouse there, and you see Cullen on the inside. Cullen's got the inside line now. Can he take it back? This is a repeat of a few laps ago. Cullen takes the inside, but Rouse will have the inside of the next line. Can he keep it? Oh, he gets very close there, touching the rear tyre, but just manages to stay away from contact. So Cullen retakes that 5th position. I'm sure Rouse will just sit with him. There's been a contact behind Terence Gresh, just spun for 9th position. Looked like there was contact there between himself and Clark. The battle finally getting a bit too heated. We did see some contact like before, and that's a recovering Connor there. That's Pestovs, sorry, recovering Andres Pestovs there. We did see spin a minute ago, so he's now back in front of Terence Gresh, but Terence got the good run off the final corner. I'm sure Terence will have a go into turn 1, he must do. He's got to regain some of these positions, and he does. He looks down the inside. Terence takes back that 11th position. Wesley Morris has spun, unfortunately, so Wes' great qualifying position unfortunately come to an end. You can just see him in the background there. He's spun off the track, so Wes back to usual, unfortunately, back down in 15th position. It was a strong qualifying, strong start for Wes, but he can't. The pressure got to him by the looks of it, unfortunately. Well, that's a lot stronger showing than we've seen from Wes lately, and that's really encouraging. Gap for the lead 3.2 seconds, so Alex Cooper's doing just what he needs now to get 7.6 seconds in front of his championship contender Peter Kassar. He needs the bigger gap as he possibly can, because if he's on a different strategy, he needs to get on with this race. Adam Rouse sets the fast lap of the race there, so Rouse pushing really hard in 5th position. Obviously he's got Cullen right behind him, so he has reason to do that. But he's taken the position back. I just missed that for 5th position. I was just taking a look at the lap times there, and a comment that's been posted to me. We'll quickly run down the order then. It's Alex Cooper leading from Roy Scroton, who's taken the gap down a bit on the previous lap. Marek Skanowski 3rd position, Peter Kassar 4th. Rouse back in 5th position now with the fastest lap of the race. Cullen all over the back of him, so Cullen must be lapping fast as well, and he is. He's only a few tenths off. OJ Clark in 7th position, starting to regain some of his... But all that battling though, it's costing 22 seconds. Don't forget Clark started 3rd on the grid. Morton Vernesson's having a great race. Up in 8th position, he started well down the field. I believe he's about 14th, 15th. O'Connor 9th, it's Terence Gresh up in 10th position now. Pestoff's after that spin down to 11th, Martin Bulge in 12th, Jack Nicholls 13th with Boyd Bryson all over the back of him still. You can see that battle there, there's Nicholls with Boyd Bryson over the back of him, Wesley Morris just behind this after that long spin which cost him a lot of time, nearly 10-15 seconds there. There's Boyd Bryson trying to go on the outside, he needs to turn in, I'm glad we caught that. That was a superb move from Boyd Bryson. He'd be proud of that one, I tell you, because that was a really ballsy move there from Boyd Bryson. Jack Nicholls trying to come back in as he goes into the hard braking of the left hand, and he does so. Now Boyd will get on the power nice early and have the run out the corner, as you can see that's the case. Boyd Bryson takes the position back, but it looks like Jack Nicholls has got the higher straight line speed. Jack Nicholls now goes back to the inside, oh, and Boyd Bryson cuts him off there. Made his one move now, Jack Nicholls is on the outside, will he try lunge down the outside? He does indeed. And he's taken the position with a superb, but this is great racing between these two. This is 2 outside passes we've just seen now, so they're really going at it. Wes closing up in the background, they want to get stuck in this as well. Jack Nicholls proving that he's not only good as a commentator, he can also overtake on track, so great job, great racing there from 2 of them. Gap for the lead remains static, Peter Kassar once again losing another second on that last lap to Alec Cooper. Adam Rouse 5th is now pulled away from Cullen, so Adam Rouse has pulled away from Cullen on that last lap. In fact, it looks like there was some sort of contact there because Cullen lost 4 seconds, Rouse lost 3 seconds. Yeah, Cullen touched Rouse, which made it a half spin, so that battle has unfortunately finished as well now. Andres Pestos is trying to get on the inside of Terence Gresh for P10. As we still watch this battle rage for 13th position, this is great racing, and Wes now closing up in the background as once again Jack gets the inside. But this is where Boyd Bryson took in the last time around. He's trying to hang on the outside. This gives Wes the opportunity to try and take the position as well. Wes is now on the outside in the slipstream with Nicholls and takes the position around the outside. So Wes moves back up to 14th position now. He's right on the back of Jack Nicholls and he's got great straight line speed. We know this, so I'm sure he'll have a go into this next left-hander because he has a superior straight line speed. Jack goes to the inside to defend though, and Wes has nowhere to go but the outside, and Boyd Bryson gets very close in the background there to swiping Wes out. Doesn't do so. We'll go on board with Jack Nicholls. Look, maybe you can see the speed of that Synergetic Motorsports car as Wes streams past us, and he's already passed before we even get to anywhere near the braking zone. Jack will flip back into the slipstream now, and he does so. And he will try and nip it that man inside now, but he can't do so. And he T-bone, he does actually he taps Wes there, and that puts Wes into a spin. Jack, being the gentleman he is, will wait for Wes, and he does that indeed. Unfortunate there, that's the difference between the low downforce and high downforce packages there, showing its danger, let's say. Top 10 fairly spread out, the only battle in the top 10 is that great battle between Bryson and Nicholls there. Really brave driving from both of them, unfortunately ended in tears. This is the only battle in the top 10 at the moment, with Terence Gresh holding off Andres Pestos for that 10th position. O'Connor just down the road for us. So when they're going to pit then, that's the question, is Pestos have a look. He did that the last lap as well actually. Shepherd sets the fastest lap, obviously been in the pits for new tyres. Upke Holster is our second retirement of the race now. Only 2 retirements so far, which is surprising. I expected more. Drivers are all very clean in turn 1. There's been a few taps here and there, but nothing to really write home about. Roy Scroton's hanging on to leader anyway, Alex Cooper. He's not falling too far back. Stronowski back in 3rd position, 5.7 off the lead. Peter Kassar 4th, now 9.4 seconds off the lead as Terence Gresh goes on the inside of Pestos. They've been battling once again down the back straight. Pestos retakes the position as Terence Gresh runs slightly wide there. Rouse is actually captain Peter Kassar now, so Rouse in 5th position. We'll quickly take a look at Adam Rouse because he's doing a superb job so far. He's currently getting around the back of Pedro Cassar. You can just see in the distance there, Pedro Cassar now goes around the right-hander. We're closing up very quickly at the moment on Cassar, so I'm not quite sure if this strategy is working out for Pedro Cassar at the moment. I'm sure he'll up his pace when he needs to, but he's currently now 10 seconds off the lead, and that's getting doubtful whether any different strategy will work now. Terence Gresh and Pestos once again looking very close together. We're on board with Terence Gresh as we head on into the right-hander. Will he have a look down the inside? He does indeed, but can't quite make it stick. Pestos holds the outside line. Quite unique about that corner, because it's off camber, the outside line can sometimes give you the same amount of grip as the inside, but only if you're battling with someone, of course. The natural line is to take the inside. No one's deciding to pit yet. Skronowski's still closing up slowly but surely on Scroton for that second position, but all hanging on well to Alex Cooper, who goes across the line, sets the 31.7. The fastest lap of the race, one of. Look at Cassar's lap times. Last time around he did 32.3. Rouse did 32.2, so only a couple of tenths out of him there, 1/10 at most. Terence Gresh looking down the inside of Pestos, or defending, let's say, from Pestos. Oh, and he locks the rears. He locked the rear brakes at the last moment there. Spins the rear end out. Very easy to do in these cars. Spins it round nicely. 360 degrees almost. The attempt of 180 work, and he gets away with it. He's on his way again, but that cost him. That's let Pestos up. So the two NRT Racing boys, from looking like they were struggling a minute ago, now 9th and 10th again. So O'Connor in 9th position, looking like he's pretty stable now. So hopefully he can keep it under control. Looking down the field to see if we get any more battles developing. Wesley Morris back down to 15th, so it looks like he's had another spin. He's got Josh Barton all over him. Josh having a solid race as well. First race, I believe, in this league. He's up in 16th position. Jim Shepherd 17th. Nick Newcomb up in 18th position. Mark Wicks 19th. Chris Allen 20th. And Miles Dixon, Simon Crane, and I Have a Bass all struggling around at the back along with Tommy Covenant. Only 2 retirements still so far, so not a very high attrition rate here so far. So anyone who's didn't expect to score points probably won't score points at this moment in time, because not many of the top guys have fallen out of the race. As we have a spinner off there, that was one of the back markers, so no one of any importance up front. Alex Cooper crosses the line, start lap 14, 15 even. Got Roy Scroton 3.7 seconds behind him, Marek Skronowski matching his pace, only 6.1 behind. Skronowski now in the 31s as well, along with Alex Cooper. Roy Scroton that time round also in the 31, so the top three. Jack Nicholls has now retired, have a suspension failure unfortunately, so Jack Nicholls is out of this race. That's a shame for Jack, because he was going well there. Pedro Cassar 4th position, Adam Rouse up in 5th position for the teammates Hawkeye Racing of Jack Nicholls. Still catching Adam Rouse, still catching Pedro Cassar. Philip Cullen just in the background, actually closing back up as well. Jack Nicholls crashed at turn 8 we believe, so possibly the tyres letting go on him and throwing him into the wall, but I didn't see that on screen as such. No real battles in the top 10 at the moment. We'll have a look at Roy Scroton, who's doing a superb job once again in 2nd position, and he's just showing that he wasn't on a light fuel load because he's still running. Now the one stoppers will be coming in around lap 18-19 I would believe, but I've got a feeling Marek Skronowski in 3rd position, who for once has not made any mistakes so far. He will run a lot longer. I expect him to go lap 22-23, because he's the sort of person who likes running longer in the races, and he seems to pick up pace as the race goes on, and his pace is just dipped into the 31s, which is the same as the leaders. We'll have to keep an eye on Marek running this race. He's currently well in line for a podium position. We need to keep an eye on Petrov is 4th, because he's the dark horse of the race, let's say. He's sat in 4th position. He's dipped down to a 32.0 now, so he's nearly in the 31s as well. So Cassar lapping just as fast as the leaders. Rouse comes across the line, laps 2 tenths faster than Cassar. Once again, if you want to get in touch and find out what's happening with your favourite driver, or if you just want to get a cheap shout out, then please feel free to get in touch with us. Or me even. So this race is sort of building up to a crescendo at the moment, I believe. We haven't got and Simon Crane's now left the game, so we have another retirement. So once again, I've jinxed the entire field, mentioning there's a very low attrition rate and 2 drivers retire straight away. So apologies to Jack. Yeah, Terence Gresh has just taken Martin Bulgin. Thank you to Jason Muscat for this. Taken Martin Bulgin for that 11th position after that spin we saw a minute ago. But this, as I was saying, this race seems to be building up to some sort of crescendo, because there's a lot of strategy to play. just yet. It's not all over just yet. The positions look pretty static, but believe me, as James Shepherd once again sets the fastest lap, obviously been in the pits. He has the new compound of tyres. But he's working his way through it quite nicely. He's up to 15th now, as Wes is the first man to pit. So Wes taking an early stop there, possibly on the one-stop early stop. The leaders come by once again, don't pit. Simon Crane retired due to disconnection apparently, so unfortunate for Simon. No real battles in the field. Everyone's pretty static at the moment. Terence Gresh, the only person who just made a move recently. But as I say, I think we've got a lot to come because we've got the pit stops, we've got the strategies, we don't know what people are doing. Some people could be zero stopping. I've got a sneaky feeling that Pere Kassar in 4th position is zero stopping. I don't know why, but normally he falls off the leaders in the early stages, but not by this much. He's now 11 seconds off the lead. I believe he did get into the 31s he did last time round, 31.9, which was actually only a tenth slower than the leader. So his tyres are coming up to temperature now, his pace is getting better, his fuel's burning down. Is he on zero stops? Has he taken everyone by surprise once again? Now in the pit lane it's going to be 20 plus seconds for a pit stop, so he's got 11 of them already in hand. When the guys come out on the newer tyres, will they be able to catch him? That's the thing. Tyre wear is quite severe on this track, as we've already mentioned, but Alex Cooper, Roy Scrotum, Alex Kanowski have all got to push as hard as they possibly can, because I'm sure that Pere Kassar's got something up his sleeve here, because he just seems far too quiet. So just looking down the field, Alex Cooper comes across the line once again to complete lap 17. Roy Scrotum in 2nd position, 4.4 seconds off the lead. Now you can just see him in the same shot as Cooper there, who just goes into turn 1. Skanowski in the background there, in 3rd position, still matching the leader's pace. In fact, the leader's pace is dropping off slightly. The leader's pace is back into the 32s now, and Casaro comes across the line, 32.0, so he's still matching it. Adam Rouse, 32.1. All very close up front at the moment. Philip Cullen, P6, 32.0 as well, so looking at OJ Clark, who's doing his lap at the moment, 32 zeros as well. Unfortunately, he got caught up in an accident early on. Oh well, just a slow start generally. I'm not quite sure if it was an accident as such. OJ Clark is in 7th position, of course. Morten Vernessen, 8th position. Got Martin Connor catching him actually, so we'll switch to his 8th position because it's the closest battle on track at the moment. He's just over the top of the rear wing there. That is Martin O'Connor catching us up there. Andres Pestos pits as well, so Pestos taking the early approach like Wes Morris. And before the pit stops happen, I'm just going to go and take a quick comfort break, so we're back any second. Okay, apologies for that, I could contain myself no longer. Now we can relax and enjoy the rest of this GP, which is all unfolding. Hopefully nothing happened while I was away. It looks like nothing did happen. Pestos in 13th, got James Shepherd all over the back of him. For some reason we're looking at Alex Group. Instead of Pestos, Shepherd goes on the inside. Martin Bulgin is also onto the back of Gresh again, so them two not leaving each other alone either. So we've got a few battles closing up now. We've got the battle for 8th position closing up, the battle for 10th position closing up, and the battle that's just ended there, which is James Shepherd passing Andres Pestos for that 13th position. Quickly have a look at that 10th place position and battle there. Terence Gresh. Roy Scroton sets the fastest lap of the race, gets the gap down to 3.1 seconds. He did a 31.3 last time round. That was 8 tenths faster than the leader, so Scroton taking a hell of a lot of time at the leader there. Stronowski did a 32.0 as well, a slow lap compared to Scroton, so Scroton really upped the pace last time round. So Roy is really showing that he means business here. Normally we see him up front early on and he drops back and finishes 9th, 10th, but not here. He's looking really good for a podium. 11.1 seconds, so Kassar also doing faster laps than the leaders. Kassar doing 11.1 seconds off the lead now, that's not too bad. In fact, he's got Rouse right on the back of him actually now, so Rouse also doing a great job here. Philip Cullen pits from 7th position, which was 6th. Comes out alongside Verneson. I don't think this will last too much longer though, because Verneson takes the position. Obviously Phil on cold tyres will have to see position. O'Connor will just drive completely around the back of him. You see him the outside there in the background. Yep, O'Connor does take that position on the warm tyres, so Cullen just gives the tyres a few laps to get up to temperature and he'll be fine. Going defending at the moment. Has to keep an eye on Scroton again, just see if that lap from Cooper was a one-off, because Cooper's lap wasn't exactly slow, it was just Scroton which was extremely fast. So not quite sure what's going on there with Roy. Boy Bryson looks like he's just in the pits as well. Pestos is about to nail him into turn 2. Does so. And the leaders bit, so Scroton and Skronowski both bits. I was wrong about Skronowski. In fact, it is on lap 21 now, so it is about time. Alex Cooper leading this race and also had the most fuel on, so that's good news for him. Adam Rouse also in the pits. Skroton gets away in front of Skronowski. Clark goes through. These guys taking the early option. This could be good news for Scroton actually. He's on a one-stop strategy. Is Cooper on a one-stop as well? And we've got to keep an eye on Kassar, who now moves up to 2nd position. Cooper last time by said a 31.5, his fastest lap of the race. So is he pitting this lap? Because we saw a minute ago Scroton do his fastest lap and he pitted the lap after. So possibly Cooper this time by going to pit. Kassar also did his fastest lap, 31.8. So is he bound for the pits as well? Alex Cooper heads down to the final, so we're just waiting to see if he does take to the pit lane. Doesn't, he actually goes through, so it's Kassar in 2nd, from Scroton in 3rd, Clark in 4th. Clark yet to pit obviously, Skronowski's pitted. Koivunen is now the next retirement to also leave the server. Adam Rouse in 6th position, he's also pitted. Cullen's also pitted in 7th position. O'Connor, I believe hasn't pitted, no, O'Connor has pitted as well and he's up to 8th position. Terence Gresh 9th, holding off a queue of cars, so the race is really starting to liven up now as Cooper did go through, so no one else has pitted from the front runners this lap. We'll quickly take a look at this battle for 9th position, which involves Terence Gresh, Andres Pestos and James Shepherd. James Shepherd obviously with the warmer tyres than this lot in front of him, because he's the one that's pitted early. All the leading cars going through once again. You're watching the battle. There's Pestos in the background trying to defend from James Shepherd, who has actually got the position currently, but Pestos is in the slipstream, so I'm sure he'll have a go into the hairpin. Or they might not even need the hairpin, that's all the straight line speed. Just like Wes, he's straight back past him, so extremely fast setups on these cars. James will look back to the inside, does so, but it doesn't have the inside line as he'd like. Pestos will now just tighten it up for the right hander here and he'll have the apex for the final corner, but James goes right round the outside. Great move there from James Shepherd, that was superb. Takes that position back, but Pestos once again got run, and the top line, the straight line speed is going to turn 1. Will Pestos launch down the inside? He doesn't know, he thinks better of it as Shepherd takes that position commandingly. Alex Cooper goes through one again. Is he on a 0 stop? Is Kassar on a 0 stop? They've both gone through. Alex Cooper going for his last 31.4. Very quick lap times indeed. Kassar in 2nd position also doing 31s. 31.9 though, so not quite the same pace as the leader Alex Cooper. Roy Scroton in 3rd position. 31 seconds off the leader now, but with fresher tyres. so we'll see what that can do. OJ Clark now does pit from that 4th position he inherited when Skronowski, Rouse were all pitted. They will all move back up now a position. O'Connor in 8th position, also having pitted, doing a great job. Terence Gresham 9th with James Shepherd all over the back of him, so we'll quickly have a look at this. James Shepherd looking very racy indeed. We'll go on board with James as he challenges for that 9th position from Terence Gresham, who has just pitted. Obviously the tyres will become at temperature. OJ Clark slips back down to 7th position. O'Connor nowhere near taking that place, so OJ Clark comes back out in 7th position, very close to the white line there on the exit. James Shepherd now takes to the pits. I was expecting him to make a second stop actually, because he did pit very early. It was kind of a false battle there, unfortunately, for James. Now the leaders, Alex Cooper, come around the final corner. He goes into the pit, so Alex Cooper is pitting. Now Peder Kassar in 2nd position, what is he doing? So this is crucial to the outcome of this race. Peder Kassar now rounding the, as you can see, this is Peder Kassar, we're looking at him live. Cooper is now in the pit lane. Will Kassar pit? No, Kassar goes straight through, so Cooper just hits his box now. So he's not going to get out in front of Kassar, nowhere near. Cooper's down off the jack now, he'll be leaving the pit lane any second. And he leaves the pit lane now, so you can see him on the right hand side there, just leaving his pit box. Kassar goes into turn 1. Cooper, his speed limit is off now, and he's just going through turn 1, so this isn't too bad for Cooper. If Kassar is 0 stopping, Cooper can still catch him for sure. Cooper can still catch Kassar for this lead. He's about 5 or 6 seconds behind, possibly a second looking more. But Scroton and Skronowski, obviously Cooper will drop back a bit now on the cold tyres as well, but Scroton and Skronowski are a bit further down the road from this. Getting news that Chris Allen crashed at turn 1 and retired, so that's unfortunate for Chris. Morten Vernessen's dropped down a bit from his earlier run. He had a very slow pit stop, a 2:12 lap on lap 21. His pit stop was a good 6 seconds slower than everyone else, and that shows in his track position because he's dropped down to 11th from the 8th position he was running in. Still not too far off that position, so hopefully he can get himself back on track and get up there. The man we are watching is Peder Kassar. Is he going to pit? We've got 15 laps to go here. The gap is 7.8 seconds to Cooper. So this is the key now. Will Kassar pit? And no, not on this lap. He's going through. I don't think he's pitting. I really don't think he's pitting. If he isn't, he's played a blinder once again. He comes across the line and does a 31.9, but his lap times aren't that quick. His lap times are not that quick. The gap is now 8.2 seconds. Alex Cooper, so it's gone up slightly, but that's due to the fact that Alex is still warming his tyres up. But 8 seconds is doable. Scroton in 3rd position, quite some way off the lead battle now. 19 seconds, good 11 seconds. Alex Cooper in 2nd. Skronowski in 4th position. Surprised he didn't run longer. He usually does. Just been informed that Peder Kassar does have his pit light on, but it has been on since the previous lap, so possibly does he does have to pit. We will soon find out. This is Alex Cooper needs him to pit. If he wants any chance in this championship, Alex Cooper needs Kassar to pit, because if Kassar pits now, he'll come out in 4th, possibly even 5th position actually. Rouse is only 29 seconds in 5th position off the lead. Obviously it'll be a shorter pit stop for Kassar. Terence Gresham and Andres Pestos for 9th position, getting very close. Switch to them while we wait and see if Kassar pits. I'll keep an eye on that for you. Closest battle on track is at the moment. Actually, Pestos got the inside the bank wheels once again. These two are really enjoying this battle that they're having at this track, and that's the good thing about this track. It's a very wide open circuit. You can see a lot of side-by-side racing and very little incident. Let's see. Peder Kassar does pit. Peder Kassar is in the pit, so we do actually have a race in our hands. Peder Kassar will not win this race unless something happens to the leaders, because Kassar will be too far back. Alex Cooper goes across the line and does resume the lead. Roy Scroton will retake 2nd position, Marek will take 3rd, but Kassar actually coming down the pit lane now. So Kassar exits the pit lane. in second position, but he's going to be on cold tyres, and he'll have Scroton and Skronowski all over the back of him any second, I'm sure. Mark Wicks, who's the back marker, will also pass him, I'm sure of it, because the tyres on, unless Kassar keeps the same tyres on. Done this before, he keeps the same tyres. Has he kept the same tyres again? Wicks gets out the way in the background, but Scroton's just there in the background, he's not far behind at all. Pestos and Gresh are at it again for 9th position. Quickly switch to that while Kassar warms his tyres up, if he is indeed on new tyres. Gresh goes on the inside, Pestos has to cede position. Bernison just in the background in 11th position, these two side by side coming through the final few corners here. Keeping an eye on Kassar, it doesn't like he's on the cold tyres because he's not exactly losing too much time. He's only 9.4 seconds off the lead, so Kassar looks like he did this stop without a tyre change, which would explain actually he's on the harder tyres, which would explain his slow pace, or generally slow pace compared to the leaders. And he make the difference and catch Alex Cooper, the main man in the championship, the only man who could pretty much beat him at the moment. Pestos very close to the rear wing of Terence Gresh, will go on board with, as Pestos gets very sideways there. We're on board with that as we saw that. Will that open up from attack from behind, because Vernison's not far behind, so Vernison will close up due to that. Roy Scroton is actually on the back of Peder Kassar. He's not very close at the moment, but he's closed up quite a lot. But the new tyres what Scroton's on should surely see him have an advantage over Kassar. And Skronowski's just behind this as well. Skronowski's just coming down the bottom of the hill now, so Skronowski's only 5 seconds off this battle. So we could have a great battle for second position here. Rout's not too far behind either, lapping quickly still. These two pretty much are the closest on circuit now for a battle. No major changes outside top 10 either. Pestov's closing once again onto the back of Terence Gresh. We're going to stick on board with Rich Scroton as we come around this infamous turn 8. And we'll be receiving slips now for sure. Roy Scroton is receiving some sort of a tow. It's only a tiny bit, but it's enough to pull him up, and you can see how close he is now to Peder Kassar as we come into the last 9 laps. We don't indeed, we've got 12 laps to go actually, so still a bit of time there for Scroton to catch Kassar. Gresh and Pestos once again very close. We'll look back from the rear wing view of Terence Gresh in 9th position. Not the usual performance from Terence. He was very wide in turn 8 there. Terence Gresh runs slightly wide curb in there, that allows Pestos. Once again they bang wheels. Gresh holds the position though for now, but Terence Gresh not used to battling for 9th position lately. He's been up in second and close to the podium in all the races recently. And Motorforce having not a very good race here, apart from Skronowski in 4th position, who's doing a great job once again. Scroton has closed the gap still to Kassar, but still not enough to challenge him. Gresh on the inside, Pestos on the outside, moving across. Be careful, Pestos, that was dangerous. This time they avoid contact. This scrap really going on now for 9th position. These two have been doing this, they've been trading places for the last 5 or 6 laps now. Quite a lot of contact involved, but fortunately at the moment no one's been injured too badly, and Pestos looking to the inside now, heading to turn 1. Thinks better of it. He keeps showing his nose, does Andres Pestos, as Terence Gresh runs slightly wide there on the exit. That gives Pestos the better run off the corner. Not going to be close enough for the next left-hander to do anything about it, I don't think. Skronowski currently stuck behind Wesley Morris at the moment, trying to close up on this second position battle. Scroton has taken a bit more time out of Kassar, and Kassar is losing time to Cooper, so Cooper's got this one in the bag. All Cooper needs to do is bring it home in this next 10 laps, and he's got this race victory. And he's driven solidly in this race. He took the pole position, fastest laps, and he's driven solidly. So at the moment, no one can challenge Cooper unless he has some misfortune. Kassar and Scroton is the battle for second position. Skronowski could also get involved in this as well, as he sets a very good lap time actually, 32.3. Compared to Kassar's 32.2 actually, so it was very evenly matched as we're watching the battle still for 9th position. Terence Gresh and Andres Pestos going at it now. Watch this speed from this NRT racing car of Pestovs, as Pestovs goes to the inside now as we come through the fast right-hander, flat out all the way. Terence Gresh back in the slipstream, will go on board with him, will he lunge it back on the inside? It looks like he's going to, he definitely does, he lunges it back on the inside, so these two trade in positions every lap. Bryson and Bulgin in the background actually having a good scrap as well. But we'll stick with this one because this is Terence Gresh and Pestovs going at it left, right and centre here. Pestovs once again will have a run into what will he do it this time, because he keeps showing his nose but he doesn't actually make the manoeuvre. This time he's further alongside though. Will he lunge it down his side? He does, but not enough. Because Gresh takes the line once again, and in the background there you can see Verneson after that poor pit stop in 11th position, closing back up as well on the leaders. Roy Scroton now right on the back of Pedicasar for second position. Still not close enough to make a manoeuvre, but he is going to be receiving the slipstream very soon. Janowski just can't get onto the back of these two. He's looking at a 4th position at the moment. I believe he finished there last time out as well in... it was Canada actually finished 4th, wasn't it? Not quite sure where he finished in Korea. Pretty static throughout the field positions, just this amazing scrap for this 9th position between Gresh and Pestovs, and Pestovs once again will receive the slipstream as he head onto the back straight. Keep an eye on Casar and Scroton. If they get any closer I will let you know and put them on screen. As you can see, Pestovs closing up really quickly. He does this every lap. Gresh is always in front and Pestovs takes the position as we head down into the hairpin. Pestovs getting very aggressive, pushing him towards the inside. Gresh will just hold his line and brake slightly later than Pestovs, and he does that once again and holds that position. And Terence Gresh gets a better exit off the final corner, and Pestovs is nowhere near making a move this time. Aaron Scroton still separated by less than a second, but still not enough for Scroton to pick up the slipstream enough to make a move on Pedicasar. Either way, Scroton's driven a magnificent race up in 3rd position. Now Morten Verneson is now right on the back for inner vision of Andres Pestovs, and Terence Gresh have been battling for the last 6 or 7 laps now, with 8 laps to go. Field still pretty fairly spread out, but this battle rages on still as Terence Gresh trying to defend once again. Pestovs got the inside line though. I'm sure he won't make a lunge here, he'll wait for the straight as he always does. Get the run off this corner, get the slipstream and try and make the move once again. He's in the slipstream. He's not as close as he's been in the previous few laps, but he doesn't need to be close, because watch the speed of that car, that NRT racing car. You can see there he goes to the outside once again. Gresh always keeps his car to the inside, but this time Pestovs gets to the inside and covers the line. That was a great piece of driving there from Pestovs, and he does actually take that position now. This allows Verneson to close once again on these two. Terence Gresh now is the one who has to do the hard work and make the manoeuvre. We'll go on board with him. Picking up the slipstream for turn 1. Will he make a move? He's been the more confident braker into turn 1. He lunges down the inside. That's surely going to be too deep. And he just about makes it and takes the position. That was a great move there from Terence Gresh, but Pestovs has got the run as we go up the hill. And for the 2nd position, we've got to switch this, quickly. We've got to ignore this scrap for a second, because Casar is under scrap there, under pressure, from Scroton. So Scroton has caught Pedicasar for that 2nd position. Perhaps Casar's tyres getting slightly older now. Verneson takes that 10th position from Pestovs, so Pestovs and Gresh battling. That allows Verneson, as you can see there, the blue car takes the position from Andres Pestovs. 2nd and 3rd cars have set up slightly, so we'll switch back to them in a second when they get side by side again, but I just noticed on the back straight there, Verneson now got Pestovs all over him, trying to deal with him. We're going to switch to the 2nd position because this is more important at this moment in time, for the championship especially, because if Casar finishes 3rd, this gives Cooper a great chance to close some points back up, and he desperately needs to do so. We'll go on board with Scroton and look from his view. Scroton looks like he's got the higher top speed. We did see him have a higher top speed earlier in the race as the back marker there gets cleanly out of the way of Nick Newcomb there. Pestovs takes back that position from Verneson. This is allowing Terence Gresh to away from them. We're going to stick with his battle for 2nd position though. We're coming up to 6 laps to go here at the 2012 Supercup Turkish Grand Prix. Scrolls and looking at the inside of Kassar. And Kassar just lets him go almost. Kassar says, after you. But Kassar's on the inside fighting this position. Kassar is somewhere on that, you can see him in there, but Kassar is going to have to do the hard work now. He's in the slipstream. I'm sure Roy Scotland will go to the inside. He goes to the middle of the track and not quite the inside. This leaves a gap for Kassar, but Kassar forced to the outside at the last moment there. Kassar breaks well later than Scotland and takes the position back. Great move there from Kassar. That was really good on the brakes there. Really good move there. Skronowski's 5 seconds behind this battle. He's just in the background there. You can just see him come around in the white car now, so he could close up on this battle yet. 6 laps to go here at the 2012 Supercup. Simink Supercup GPVWC Grand Prix, and Scotland's going to his hand again. Defending around the outside, really late on the brakes is Kassar, but he's going to have a job to defend out the hill because Scotland's well in the slipstream. Will Scotland go up the inside? Scotland looking like he's going to... No, he sits there behind him, so Scotland quite content to just sit behind at the moment. Skronowski closed up by a whole second on that last lap, so these two battling. This could be a freeway battle for second position, and we all want that, I'm sure. Pestovs and Verneson still battling for that 10th position as well. They head into the back straight. We'll quickly switch to that because them two, Kassar and Scotland, will be struggling to make a move around the next few corners. Pestov's in that 10th position, but he's got Verneson all over the back of him as he heads into the final part of the back straight. Will Verneson make a move? He's well in the slipstream. Verneson looks to the inside. He's half-hearted. He decides not to. So we'll quickly switch back to second position because Kassar has got Schroten all over the back of him once again. You can see just in our slipstream. Schroten there, sitting there. He's not actually making a move at the moment. He's deciding to take the option to use the straight. I got a very good exit from that previous corner actually, so Scroten will do well on this main straight. But look at the speed of Scroten. He's right in the slipstream. He's going to draft past him before he even gets to the corner. That's what Kassar's got to contend with. Kassar will now switch back to the left-hand side, I'm sure. No, he doesn't. He sticks to the outside and tries and does what he did the previous lap. Hasn't quite got the corner in this time. Scroten does take second position with a very clean move there. That was a great job from Scroten. I expected Kassar to lunge back down the inside there, but he didn't. He gets very wide off the exit there. This gives Kassar a good run off the final corner. Kassar is in the slipstream now, and Kassar will probably have a go at down into turn 1. Scroten comes to the inside to defend. This leaves the outside line open. Scroten gets on the curb on the inside instantly as well. This gives Kassar an even better run off this corner, but Kassar has to back off slightly because he would have gone straight at the back of him there. So can Kassar retaliate that second position pass? You're watching a great scrap here at the 2012 Simink Supercup Grand Prix. This is the GPVWC. Drivers putting on a superb display once again for us. Watching us live on SimRace.tv. Only 5 laps to go now. This series brought to you and sponsored by Simink, the title sponsor for GPVWC Prime Series, the Supercup and Super League. The battle for 9th position actually still rages. Gresh's got a little gap on Pestovs and Verneson. Boy, Bryson's actually closing up to the back of them as well now, so it could be a 4-way scrap for 9th position soon. The rest of the field pretty static. Skronowski only 3 seconds behind this battle and really charging now to try and get on the back. Skronowski in 4th position. 3 seconds behind this battle for 2nd position as Kassar is in the slipstream. Kassar is in the slipstream. We'll go on board with Kassar, but Scroten, look at the straight line speed Scroten's got. And Kassar can do nothing. He's going to have a lunge somewhere. He's really good on the brakes, he's Kassar. Cooper crosses the line. He's now got a 13-second gap, so he's pretty safe up front. You can see Kassar's bed in the corner, so it looks like Kassar's gone for the higher downforce package, whereas Scroten's on the low downforce. At the moment you can say it's pretty even. Skronowski in the background, is he closing the gap? He is indeed. Skronowski in the background sets a 31.6, his fastest lap of the race, so Marek really making a charge now to try and get up to this podium battle. He's 3.8 seconds off the gap. You'll be able to see him just about in the background. There he is, he's not far behind at all, so Marek charging for a chance of a 2nd position. Only 4 laps to go, can he do it? Scroten currently holds that 2nd position, but 1 slip up. He left Kassar right back past him again. Alex Cooper leads the way from Scroten. Kassar in 3rd position. Marek Skronowski in 4th position, we've already mentioned. Adam Rouse is 5th, Philip Cullen 6th, OJ Clark 7th, Matty O'Connor 8th. All them 4 we've just last mentioned, very well split up. Terence Gresh, Andres Pestovs and Verneson all going at it for 9th position, but Pestovs defending at the moment from Verneson. We'll just quickly switch to this. Verneson loses out there and Pestovs takes that position back. You can see Gresh just in front of them. A big battle there, and it's actually Shepherd, sorry, who's next man in line behind. So Shepherd, there's something weird going on with the time. It looks like Bryson's had a spin and has lost to a few drivers. Oh, it's a timing glitch actually. Bryson is still there. But we're going to switch back to that battle for second position because they actually looked a lot closer than that when we last saw. You see, look how much Kassar, he actually locks the inside brakes there, trying to avoid that. He closes up so much under braking. Skrzynovski just in the background, they're really closing fast now. He's only 3 seconds behind Kassar. He's taking a lot of time out of him. Rouse has spun for 5th position by the looks of it, and that's no, he's not. Ignore that. It's a timing glitch again. Battle for 9th position is once again raging. Gresh, Pestovs and Venison all very close together. Shepherd just behind this lot actually. Will he be able to capitalise on this battle and catch up before the end of the race? Not going to go on board with Kassar. Too many battles on track at the moment to keep up with because Kassar is only 3 laps to go. Can he take back this second position? It looks like he's well placed. It looks like he's just sat waiting for something to happen to Scrotum. It doesn't look in too much of to make this position pay off, but he's got to be careful because he's got Skrzynovski closing down to him. Skrzynovski last lap with a 31.5, once again his fastest lap of the race, and these two guys only did 32.0, so another half second gone to Skrzynovski in 4th position, who's now only a corner behind these two. Not quite in the same shot at the moment. In fact, if we look on the long shot now, you'll see there he is just in the background coming across the top of the hill. Well, not quite in the same camera lens, but he's getting there, but only 3 laps to go. I don't know if he'll be able to do it. These two will need to have a bit of a tangle, I reckon, for Skrzynovski to get on the back of them. Philip Clunner's actually had a spin in 6th position. This allows OJ Kart to close up a bit, but not enough to make an advantage. He's 20 odd seconds behind. Kassar looking the slipstream. But once again, I reckon could have made a move there if he really wanted to. He looks like he's just setting it up for later on. He's not actually that bothered about making the position. And Gresh has lost out heavily actually for 9th position. Gresh was in 9th, he's now at 11th. Pestovs and Vernison have both got by him, so a great scrap going on there. We're trying to keep in touch with it all at the moment, obviously, to keep on the lap times this time by Kassar. This time sets a 31.4, very fast lap time from Kassar. And Scrotum as well did a 31 low, 31.5. Now Skrzynovski could only manage 31.7, so he actually lost time that time around. So Skrzynovski lost time to the 3rd position and 2nd position battle. Like I said, I think his tyres might have gone now. But Kassar looking like he's getting slightly impatient now with only 2 laps to go. And locking his brakes up there, it looks okay. He doesn't look like he's under too much pressure. Kassar gets a poor run off the exit there actually, and that cost him a lot of time. We'll switch this battle for 9th position while these two recuperate, and you can see they're fanning out wide now. You've got Pestovs in 9th position, Vernison just behind Gresh on the inside of Vernison there. They touch slightly to go 170 mile an hour through the right hander. Vernison is in the slipstream of Pestovs. Can he make a lunge and take both cars? It looked more like Gresh is going to make the move on him, but Pestovs run wide. They're 3 wide now into the next corner. This is going to be a disaster. And yes, Vernison spins there. That was always going to happen there. The 3 cars into one did not go. Vernison came off worse there, unfortunately for him. He's still in 11th position, but he'll have James Shepherd closing down on him. But Pestovs, Gresh gets back his 9th position there, so great scrap going on once again for this 9th position. Rest of the field pretty static. Has lost a lot of time this lap to Scrotum. We'll quickly switch back to that. See there is Roy Scrotum in the background Kassar. So was that the challenge over as we start the final lap with Alex Cooper? We're currently just keeping on his 2nd position. Skrzynovski just in the background, just off, but you can see a podium in front of him. You can see him there. And last time round he said a very fast lap compared to Kassar's. Anyway, Kassar had a horrible lap. But Kassar went 32.7, so I think that's the battle for 2nd position over. What about the battle for 3rd? Again, Skrzynovski had on the back of Kassar. There's a bit of traffic in front of us as well. Might not come into play though. The battle for and Vernison has indeed lost out to Shepherd. Shepherd goes through into 11th. Excuse me. Alex Cooper coming around the infamous turn 8. He's driven the perfect race. He's got a couple of back markers in front, but shouldn't be too much trouble. Doesn't need to rush. He's got a 13-second lead, well, 12-second lead. So no need to rush this home. He's absolutely perfect this race, and this is exactly what he needed to do to take the position. Take the win, sorry, to take the points out of Kassar. Looks like he's going to finish 3rd. Skrzynovski just on the back, but just out of the slipstream. One more lap, he might have had him there. Scrotum's going to take a fabulous 2nd, but it's Alex Cooper comes around the final few corners now. Back marker in front, but it doesn't matter because Alex Cooper is on his way. He could coast it home now. He comes out the final corner. The start and finish line is very close. Alex Cooper weaves side to side and takes victory in the 2012 GPVWC Supercup Grand Prix here at Turkey. battle for second position we'll quickly switch back to, as Roy Scroton, after a superb drive. That is one of the best drives I've seen from Roy. Brilliant drives, he deserves that fully, takes the second position. Look at that in the background, Kassar just takes third from Skronowski, one more lap, and Marek have been on the podium as well. But a great drive there from the top four, really close all race, and Marek Skronowski taking fourth position. Kassar does no harm to his championship too much. You can see Scroton's delighted with that. He does a nice little burnout there in turn 2. Adam Rouse takes fifth position. And the battle for ninth is still raging, we've just been told, by Terence Gresh. We'll quickly switch to this. Terence Gresh and Pestos. Now we know Pestos has got the higher top speed. There's traffic in front as well, so Gresh coming down to the left-hander now. Pestos will not make his move here. I know he won't. He'll sit back and he'll let... Oh, he's got to be careful because Gresh will have a massive tow here off these two cars. Gresh will get a tow, so Pestos will struggle in the slipstream, but the speed of that NRT racing car will surely give him a position. I know Connor is about to go flying. OJ Clark takes 7th, or he's about to. OJ Clark looks like he's run out of fuel. But Terence Gresh goes at the inside, contact between the two. Pestos run wide. This could allow James Shepherd up into the... James Shepherd is going to come from the middle of this. James Shepherd takes the position. You can see in the background James Pestos being gentleman there, letting Gresh back through, and he actually loses position to James Shepherd, who moves up into 10th position. So very opportunistic driving from James Shepherd there. Verneson will take 11th position. OJ Clark did hold on to 7th position. O'Connors has a huge... James Shepherd showing us how to do some acrobatics in a Supercup car. Morton Verneson, sorry, takes 12th position. Boyd Bryson 13th. Martin Budgeon 14th. Mark Wicks 15th position. Ira Bass 16th. Miles Dixon 17th. Josh Barton 18th. Wesley Morris fell down the order terribly at the end to finish 19th, 2 laps down. And once again, race pace proving Wesley Morris's shortfall. Good qualifying, but really poor race pace. Nick Newcomb 20th position, our final finisher. And the retirements were Chris Allen in 21st, Tommy Coyven in 22nd, Simon Crane, Jack Nichols, Wupke Hoekstra and Timu Turku didn't actually take the start for some reason. But that was a really superb race there from Alex Cooper. He drove it extremely well, took the win commandingly, and a great job from Roy Scroton. Definitely my driver of the day. Roy Scroton takes that second position, really well deserved. And Roy Scroton has just joined TeamSpeak actually, as of a few drivers. If anyone wants an interview, then feel free to pop into the green room and I will get you up here in the booth. I'll just put a message out. People can see that if anyone wants an interview, then feel free to pop to the booth. A solid drive from Adam Rouse once again as well, taking 5th position, only 22 seconds off the lead. He's really making a name for himself, isn't he? He's very consistent, and that's why he's so high up in the championship. Now Roy Scroton, we're going to bring Dan into the booth now. Roy Scroton, who finished 2nd today, after an absolutely superb drive. Definitely, as we've already said, the driver of the day. That's for me personally, my driver of the day. Roy Scroton is in the booth with me now. Yet to see anyone else who finished on the podium up here. Can't see Alex Cooper, who usually pops in for an interview, but Roy Scroton took 2nd position today, only 11 seconds off the win. Well done, Roy. Talk us through your race.
Yeah, thank you. At first, I had a great qualifying, starting as 4th. It was a real surprise for me. I had a great start. I could avoid Marek in the Malta Force car, who spun in the first few corners. And then I could keep my pace, and what I couldn't do in the other races, I could do here. So I lost a bit of a time in the pit stops, but a great race. So good pace. So really happy.
Yeah, we're all really happy for you as well. Obviously, you're one of the most popular people in the GPVWC community. We often see you have great qualifying performances, and as you say, drop back during the race. And today we expected you to qualify well and drop back to 9th or 10th. But by lap 18 and 19, you were still in 2nd position. You were still charging for that possible victory as well. So it was really great to see you up there. What did you change on the car, or is it driving style to allow you to stay up front this time?
I had some help from Andreas. I don't know his back name, but I had some.
Pestovs.
Yeah, him. Yeah, I had some great for him for the setup because I couldn't fight any. So that's great. I want to thank him and the rest of the Synergetic team. And I had a great fight with Peder Casa, and yeah, it just fell all into place.
Yeah, definitely a superb result there. Like I say, you got the Driver of the Day award as well. So not only a second position trophy, you get the Driver of the Day medal. So well done, Roy, there. Hopefully see you on the podium for the next few races as well.
Yeah, thank you.
And up in the booth, which moved up now, is Alex Cooper, our race winner today, who's taken some important points back on Peter Kassar. Obviously, we know Alex Cooper's taking it one race at a time. He's not really thinking about the championship as such, but today didn't do his hopes any harm at all. So, welcome up, Alex. Well done on the race win. Absolutely dominant drive. Brilliant start off the line. And talk us through it.
Surprised, to be honest. I don't know what to say. It didn't taste that much, and I was only expecting top 5, but turned up. Didn't do my PB in quali and still got pole. Then got a good start for once, and I don't know, really just drove. I don't know what to say, really.
Yeah, it was a great start off the line. Obviously, like you say, we're used to seeing you making a slightly sluggish start and losing a few places off the line, which compromises your race pace. But today, nothing of it. You had 2-second gap going through the sector 1 beam, so you definitely didn't do anything wrong off the start today. And also, we were expecting at one point, obviously, when all the front runners pitted and Peter Kassar stayed out, we all thought, oh no, is he on a 0 stop? Now when he pitted, obviously the realisation turned out that you were going to win the race, and you had it pretty comfortably in the end as well with Scroton and Kassar battling. Any issues today, any worries, or was it just plain sailing?
It's never easy, but the back markers were a bit dodgy in the last few laps, but that's all I can complain about, really.
So with this win today, obviously you closed the championship gap by quite a few points actually. Obviously it's still quite big, but are you changing your aspirations slightly? We know that you were taking it race by race. Is that still the plan, or are you going to actually think, well hang on, I could try and challenge for this championship now?
I don't know with the issues that Petter's had today. I think we can go for a few more wins, but championship's going to be pretty tough now with the gap.
Well, as long as you keep providing us with great racing as you're doing so far, I'm sure that'll please everyone anyway, because at the moment it's really good. We've got 4 or 5 cars who can win the races, and you've got people like Adam Rouse, Philip Cullen, who are probably but surely closing up to the front runners as well. So hope to see you on the podium next race as well, and well done today, Alex.
Thanks.
We've got Peter Kassar as well. I'm going to move to the broadcast room now. Peter Kassar joins us, who finished 3rd today. Obviously, he lost out some championship points today, but I'm sure he'll be happy anyway with his race. Apparently he had some issues in his race today, so talk us through it, Peter.
Actually, I had a pretty good race after circumstances. As for some reason I have had struggled with the knee since Friday, so I haven't been able to walk and haven't practiced at all. So I have no laps before I joined the free practice.
But 3rd position, you can take a hearty result from that, let's say, because you didn't lose too many championship points. Are you concerned about Alex Cooper's pace at all? Obviously, his dominant win today. We've seen you dominate the first half of the season. Are you concerned about Alex at all, or do you think when your leg's better, that's it, you'll be back on the pace again?
Yeah, of course, Alex was pretty strong this race, but I'm pretty sure I should have been. Yeah, maybe I couldn't beat him, but at least a lot closer to him if I had been able to practice.
Yeah, definitely. With that knee injury, obviously, still a strong result. Get on the podium. I think it just shows how strong you've been this season. We saw at one point you staying out longer than everyone else, and that's not usually the case. We usually see Marek stay longer. But when you stayed out longer, we all thought you were on the 0-stop strategy at first. Obviously, we thought then you had the win. Was that possible today?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Because at least with the wind package I was using, I was missing fuel for 1 lap. And I think I even was too slow for a 1-stopper.
Okay then, well done on the podium position anyway. Obviously we hope to see you back to full fitness soon and able to challenge for victories again. Thank you for joining us. And that pretty much rounds out the interviews we have. Thankfully we have the top 3. That's the first time ever we have the top 3 drivers in the interview booth. So thank you to Alex, Roy and Petter there for turning up. And well done to you all on your podium results. Great driving from everyone. Really clean result today as well, with Marek in 4th position just in the background. Adam Rouse, Philip Cullen, OJ Clark, Martin O'Connor got a decent result in 8th position. Kept it together at the end of the race there. So we saw a fantastic scrap at the end there for 9th position and 2nd position, so we were well spoilt for battles to choose from at the end of the race. But now we're going to wrap it all up, because the next broadcast that's coming your way is tomorrow night, which is the Super League event, which I'll be taking part in myself, along with some of the drivers that race tonight. James Shepherd, one of them. Obviously the same circuit, 58 laps tomorrow night. You can tune in live from 7 o'clock approximately, depends what time you decide to set it up. Approximately 7 o'clock, you can tune in to simrace.tv, which has been brought to you today along with Inc., the title sponsor for the series. And we thank them very much for their support. So there's nothing else to say really on this, so thank you very much for tuning in tonight. Hope you've all enjoyed the broadcast. Any feedback is greatly appreciated. This has been a GPVWC production for simrace.tv. Good night.